Hi Cancers, and happy birthday to the June born Cancers. Yeah, so in this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the month of June. Yeah, can you believe it's already the middle of the year? It's crazy. Okay, so on the first day of June we have the conjunction of Jupiter and North Node. For Cancers, that is in the 11th house. So you are receiving blessings, expansion, like in terms of friendships, wishes, dreams, yeah, like yeah, friendships, networking, like-minded people, things like that. And you are receiving blessings like in that area of your life. And now, so even though okay, so this Jupiter in Taurus in the third degree of Taurus, even though this is a favorable conjunction, it's good, but it is receiving tense aspect. Well, actually, two of them, two squares from two sides, from Pluto and Mars. So those planets are in your eighth and second houses. So something about like finances, sharing finances with your partner or something, like the money that you owe and stuff. There is this kind of like conflict happening with like, so it has to do with something with like your finances, shared resources, and your friendships, your network. I don't know how it's manifesting in your life, but like let me know in the comment section. And like I'm curious to see how it's manifesting in your life. Okay, and this has been around since like May, like mid-May. Yeah, and it's going to be active until like mid-June. So stay patient. We're almost done with this. I don't know how it has been affecting you guys, but for me personally, it has been tense, like super tense. I can feel this, and I've been blaming this T-square on these tensions. Okay, so now on June 3rd or 4th, depending on where you live, we have a full moon in Sagittarius on the 13th degree of Sagittarius. So for you, that is your sixth house. So the full moon is in your sixth house and the sun is in your 12th house. So what does this mean? Sixth house is your routine, your work. It's a house of service, your house of health, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, like, and the area of rest. So there is this tension between rest and work, routine, like sleep and routine. Those things are in opposition, and the full moon like sheds light on this. And then both of these luminaries, the sun and the moon, are making a square aspect to Pisces, and they are in like, and the Pisces is your ninth house. So your work, your health, and your sleep, and those things are being affected by the ninth house matters. So ninth house is like faraway lands, it's immigration, it's like philosophy, it's your belief system, yeah, those things. It also rules higher education, yeah, traveling to faraway lands, yeah. So I guess it can manifest in terms of like I don't know, like traveling, and then like you don't like the food that you eat when you travel, and that is going to affect your health, and you end up needing to isolate yourself because 12th house is isolation. That's where the sun is. It's house of recuperation. Yeah. So be cautious. Okay. When you if you are traveling, wait, no, yeah, like if you travel around this time, and yeah, be cautious. Don't eat like exotic foods or something spicy. I don't know, if you like spicy, that's fine, but like, yeah, I'm just trying to be honest and trying to warn you. And you know, full moons make us crazy, they make us emotional, moody, yeah. So make sure you get enough rest. Okay. Sixth house, it's the house of health. So I mean, it's not gonna be like something super terrible, but still, health is precious. Okay, so after this, on June 4th, we have the conjunction of Mercury, and Uranus in the sign of Taurus, again in your 11th house. I mean, this aspect is minor. You're not gonna feel it. It's gonna last for like a day only. Yeah, but it can be felt in terms of like you get sudden brilliant ideas, or you come to like sudden realizations, and something makes sense suddenly. Yeah, and if you have any relatives that have a baby on June 4th, I'm telling you that baby is gonna have a brilliant mind. It's gonna be an interesting kid. Yeah, or if you are having a kid, your child is gonna be awesome. Yeah. Okay, so next, on June 6th, Venus enters Leo, activating the Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, and T square. Okay, so Venus has been in your sign since like May. Yeah, that means you have been the goddess of love's favorite in May. Yeah. Uh, so now, in on June 6th, Venus is gonna slip into your second house. Yeah. So second house is your finances. You already have Mars in there. Yeah. So you will have these two cosmic lovers in your house of finances. And now it sounds romantic, but the thing is, Venus, when it enters Leo, it's going to unintentionally activate the T square that involves Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars. Yeah, so it's going to activate that. It's kind of like intentionally reopening the wound. Yeah, so whatever has been in May when this aspect started, it's going to be reactivated in some way. Or maybe it's going to bring some resolution because, Venus rules peaceful resolutions, mediation. Yeah. So hopefully it's going to be something good. Yeah. Okay, so next, on June 12th, we have Mercury entering Gemini. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be in your 12th house, your subconscious house, the house of creativity and stuff. Yeah, your mind might be more active, like it might be harder to fall asleep when Mercury is in Gemini because your mind is like super active. And the thing is, Mercury is super quick this month, and it's actually good because Mercury was retrograde from April 20th until like mid-May. Yeah, and after that it has been taking time to recover and leave the shadow zone. So now in June it's gonna be super strong. It's gonna be super quick, and that means if you need to sign a contract, you can sign it without any worries. It's gonna be fine. The terms of the contract are not going to change. Everything will be smooth. And then it is also a good time to buy electronics. So if you need a new computer, a new laptop, a new, I don't know, TV or something, any electronics, it's good. They're not gonna malfunction. You won't have to return it. So yeah, and then on the same day, Pluto re-enters Capricorn. So, and that means it's gonna re-enter your 7th house. Yeah, intensity. I cannot imagine what it must have been like to have Pluto in your house of relationships for almost 15 years. Poor Cancers. Yeah, so your partner, for those of you who have been married, your partner must have been going through like some transformations because 7th house is your partner. Yeah, like I mean, all these 15 years. And so now Pluto is going to re-enter your 7th house. There are some like unfinished things that it needs to finish, I guess. Yeah, so if you have any planets on the last degrees of Cancer, or if your sun is in the last degrees of Cancer, yeah, you're gonna have this Pluto in there until like this fall. Yeah, but be patient. We're almost done with this transit, and next year or in 2025, Pluto will finally completely leave Capricorn and settle in Aquarius. Okay, so next, June 18th. So new moon, there's gonna be a new moon in Gemini on the 26th degree. Again, this is your 12th house, so the big emphasis is on you to get rest. Okay, because 12th house is like right before the first house, and when the sun enters your first house, it means your birthday time, and the spotlight is on you, the attention is on you. It's time to like celebrate, I guess. And then so the 12th house is like that's when you need to rest. because you get your beauty sleep before your birthday season. Yeah. So and this new moon, it's not as bad as the full moon in the beginning of June, but still it had some like a few unpleasant aspects. So but it's nothing earth shattering. Yeah. Eclipses are the ones that bring like major changes to life, where you're like, wow, like my life isn't the same anymore. Yeah. But these normal lunations, like a new moon, a full moon, yeah, they are fine. So what else? On the same day, Saturn turns retrograde. So Saturn is in your ninth house. So it's gonna start going backwards in your ninth house. Yeah. So I guess it's not a good time to start lawsuits, because ninth house is responsible for those. Traveling. I mean, you can travel. Yeah. But it might turn out that you kind of like postpone the travel. You might have to do it, or yeah, things like that. And Saturn, because it's not a personal planet, we don't really feel it. Like, it's the personal planets that we feel the most. Yeah. Okay. So but if you, for those of you, the Cancers who have maybe your moon in the early degrees of Pisces, you might feel it. You're gonna, yeah, because Saturn can be a bit depressing. Yeah. So stay strong. It's not the end of the world. Okay, it's temporary. Okay, next. On June 20th, Venus enters shadow zone on the 12th degree of Leo. Okay, now that is interesting, because if you are thinking of getting plastic surgery, like anything aesthetics related, any changes, I would recommend doing this before this date, before June 20th, because after this, it is not really recommended. And yeah, so get those done, and you can be sure that your plastic surgery is gonna go well. It's not gonna be a botched procedure. Yeah. So, and also don't get married when Venus is retrograde. So try, if you have to get married, try to get married like before June 20th. I mean, it's like getting married is not like something that you can easily change, I guess. But like, yeah, never mind. Okay, so yeah, try to meet the potential partners, start dating, or make it official like before June 20th. That way you are going to have like you will make sure that you have a good and strong Venus in the DNA of your relationship. Yeah. Okay, so on June 21st, Sun enters Cancer. Yay, summer solstice. So now, as I said, the Sun emerges from the nebulous fogs of the 12th house and enters the center stage, which is your first house. The spotlight is gonna switch to you, and yeah, it's gonna be your birthday season. Like happy birthday to June Cancers. Okay, next on June 27th, Mercury enters Cancer. Yeah, it's gonna enter your sign. So Mercury, as I said, it's super quick this month. So it's a good time to write things, to communicate. Yeah. So if you need to do those things, it's a favorable time for that. And also, there's going to be a conjunction of Mercury and Sun in your sign, in Cancer. But that's going to be on July 1st, and I'm going to talk about that in the next month's horoscope. Okay, so that is it for this month. As I said, the major theme for this month is that fixed T-square. It's a tense aspect, and it's going to be until like mid June, so it's kind of like it dominates this month. Yeah, but overall it should be pleasant. On a positive note, we are getting further and further away from the eclipses. I don't know how it has been for you guys, but for me personally, it kind of like turned my world upside down, because yeah, like but it's good things happen too. Yeah, it's just I'm still getting used to the new, I guess. Yeah. So I hope you have a pleasant month, and happy birthday again. And I'll see you guys in July. Bye bye.